Today we're talking about a man that honestly I never thought I'd make another video on. The one and only Mr. Ryan Panera Bread. Back in October, I made a video entitled "The Ryan P. Allegations Continue," and in that video, we discussed various sexual assault allegations that range from perving on people in the shower to getting them intoxicated so that he can molest them. And you know what? None of those has ever been proven, right? None of it's ever been proven. But the allegations continue to this day. And his strange behavior doesn't seem to ever end. Behaviors such as paying for sexual images, which we have receipts for, by the way. We do have receipts for that. If Ryan is indeed a predator, he's not a very smart predator, right? Right? People like Peckett or Wilgoons coming out with very similar stories, which being so similar are hard to ignore, right? I mean, if it's one person, it's one thing. But if it's like 43 people, it's kind of looking a little bad, I recommend watching my last video. Link to that will be in the description, so you can kind of get caught up on all those different sexual allegations, right? And they are all allegations. Nothing's been proven on that note. However, today we're not talking about sexual allegations. Today we're talking about scams. Oh yes, I love scams. I'm scamming you right now. That's a joke. Yesterday, I watched a video by Coffeezilla, great content creator. You should absolutely check him out. A lot of the information in this video is provided by him. So, credit to whom credit is due, right? In the video, Coffee exposes Ryan P. for not only his sexual misconduct, but for also for potential fraud. What? Which I'm pretty sure everyone knows. That isn't cool. It's not cool. Stop. Ryan P. is the manager of Misfits, a group of content creators based in Australia. But he also manages Revolt, a merchandise company, which I did not know, which is kind of crazy. The amount of people Revolt has made merch for is insane. People like Tubbo or Valkyrie or even the big man himself, Mr. Beast. According to Coffeezilla and receipts he provides, it appears as Ryan's a bit of a spender, He likes spending money on Ferraris and mansions, and even paid to take 6 private jet trips in 1 month. The question is, where's all the money coming from, right? Turns out, it's allegedly coming from Revolt. According to these sales numbers from 2021, Revolt made around $20 million. And how Revolt works is that they partner with various creators such as, let's say, myself, right? And they create well-made merchandise. It's very nice quality. And they take a cut of the profits, probably like 20%. They take 20% cut of the total profits. And you say $20 million, that's an insane amount of money, right? What does this have to do with Ryan's spending habits? According to various receipts provided by Coffee, things he rented like this mansion or this car aren't billed to Ryan, right? But to Ryan Piasente and Revolt. So Revolt's carrying these bills. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that necessarily. I mean, if it's his business, he's allowed to spend his money as he, sees fit, right? But here's where it gets interesting, right? According to an anonymous source, Ryan's plan was allegedly to receive money from one creator, use it for his own purposes, and then use the money he received from the next creator to pay back the first creator, right? Confusing, I know. Essentially, Ryan is using profits that should be going to creators and not actually giving them their own profits, and then using the money which was given to him by another profit to eventually pay the people that are owed. And all of this, and over all this, he's scraping off some of the profits he's receiving that may or may not belong to him to spend on his personal life, right? And there's nothing wrong with spending your own money, right? But when you're spending someone else's money, you kind of got a problem, And with all this that's going on, Revolt has no choice but to delay payments, right? Because they're not getting the money. They don't have all the money. And that's kind of, upsetting. reasonably. So people are getting a little bit upset. People like Tubbo and Carl Jacobs and Anthony Padilla and Nikki Nichu. However, Anthony Padilla did receive his money. However, Nichu never did, and claims that she was robbed of $300,000, which is insane. On top of all this, it seems a lot of fans didn't receive their orders, and according to Nichu, some received them late or else some the wrong ones, and worst case is not at all. So that's not good either. It's not looking good for Revolt, right? One guy received a box of Tubbo pins with no pins. Literally, it's just an empty box, which is kind of hilarious. It's not because it's sad they didn't get his stuff, but it is kind of funny. According to an insider, Revolt allegedly had 100,000 open customer support tickets as of 2021. And if that isn't bad enough, right, the next part goes even further than anyone could have possibly imagined. Coffee explains in his video how this picture of sales numbers from 2021 is from a pitch deck for Mr. Beast consisting of various merchandise designs as well as ideas for NFT merchandise. They also shared a profit estimate for Mr. Beast's first merch drop, which they estimate at being over $4 million that they would make just on the first one. And that by the end of their third-year partnership, that they would make up to $50 million in annual profit for Mr. Beast, which is actually kind of crazy. I don't understand how that could I guess anything's possible, right, in the realm of business. It seems a little crazy to me. And the problem is, with all this, is that didn't happen, at all. Mr. Beast signed a minimum guarantee deal to produce his 100 million subscriber collection, right? The problem is that Revolt never hit their minimum guarantee. That's kind of bad. They sell way below expectations, right? And for those like me who aren't educated on these kind of minimum guarantees, a minimum guarantee, according to superfastcpa.com, is a contractual provision used in various industries guaranteeing the parties offering a product or service a minimum payment regardless of the product or service's success. This is often used as a form of risk management, providing financial security to the provider, who is insured a predetermined amount of compensation regardless of market performance. Honestly, Mr. Beast is a smart guy for signing one of these. It makes complete sense, seeing he's very business oriented and kind of knows what he's doing in a lot of cases. So Revolt ends up owing money, right? Which due to Ryan's spending habits and alleged business model, they don't have, right? I assume to lessen the amount they had to pay back, and they decide to raise the cost of goods above what it actually is for Mr. Beast. And I'm not quite sure how that makes them not pay so much money. Because, they still have to pay a minimum guarantee, which doesn't make a look of... I guess they're saying, hey, Mr. Beast, you owe us this money, and then they give it right back to him, which might be how that's working. I don't understand that completely. I'm not super smart, so I don't really know. Nevertheless, they owed Mr. Beast likely a large sum of money, which is probably why a lot of smaller creators just never got paid. This is probably why that is how it is. On top of all this, Revolt wasn't able to pay their bills to the various moving parts of the industry, right? Factories and storage facilities are just stuck with shipments of merchandise. They weren't paid to create, right? They made them and they ain't get paid for them, right? So what do, right? They decide to sell some of them on eBay and give it to the Salvation Army, which, giving the Salvation Army is great, right? Helping people in need, I'm all for that. They did what they could. The problem is, this stuff is already paid for. Who's it paid for by? You. And you didn't get what you got. You didn't get what you got. That makes absolutely no sense. You didn't get the merch you paid for. And this is probably a good $40, hoodie, $40 hat or whatever. I don't know. And, it's just gone to Salvation Army. It's not yours. It is yours. You paid for it. It's just gone, right? That's crazy. The thing is, most of these allegations is that, according to Coffee, everyone wants to talk about it, but nobody wants to talk about it publicly. And in my opinion, I think that most people, honestly, are afraid to get into legal action, especially the so-called insiders, which, you know, makes complete sense about that, you know. I don't think that anybody's going to get legal action taken because, you know, I don't think they have money to be doing that and paying lawyers right now, to be honest. Maybe not, though. Maybe Ryan got his act together and was able to save the company. We don't know. I'm super excited to hear all of your thoughts on the matter. I mean, this is only part of Ryan's shady and suspicious dealings, and that there are plenty of receipts to show him using his money as a tool to sexually assault people he works with. They're out there. You can find them. I'll probably have some in this video, but this is only the beginning. This is only a small piece of Ryan Piasente's, I believe that's how you say it, shady dealings and scummy nature, right? As always, please leave a like down below. It greatly helps the video. And go watch Coffee's full video. You know, as I said, credit to where credit is due. He did all the legwork. I'm just a reporter, guys. I'm just the handy newspaper man reporting to you what I'm finding on the internet. So, yeah. Anyway, subscribe. It greatly helps the channel, and it makes me very happy. Thank you, and everyone have a nice day.